Hey everyone, welcome to LoveMTB. With the holidays around the corner, I didn't want to miss the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for being with me for another year. And I also want to share with you my top 5 lessons from 2022. Did you learn anything new this year? Did you discover anything cool? Let's talk about it. And I don't have a script for this video, so sit back and relax. This might be a bit long, but I'm gonna try to cover 5 categories. Number 1, bikes. Number 2, wheels. Number 3, tires. Number 4, brakes. And the last one, drivetrains. And by the end of the video, I'm gonna share with you what I think is the most impactful one for me. But before we get there, let's talk about bikes. This year, you saw me looking at a few bikes like the Ferrari that one of my buddies rides, like this Epic Evo that I'm gonna build for my son as a race bike, replacing the Norco hardtail. You also saw the Antidote that, believe it or not, is not mine, but my friends at bikecomponents.ca are gonna build it over the winter. Can't wait to take a closer look at that one. So no new bike for me this year, and I'm not planning on getting one next year. And if you look at the geometry numbers, at the design of the new bikes, you're gonna see that they all look kind of the same. And no, I am not interested in the new innovation of high pivot, not interested. Cable routed through the headset, not interested at all. Instead, what I focused on was fit, the fit of my bikes. And what you see here, this is a steer tube from a bike. I had to replace it to make my tall boy fit me well. I can tell you that riding that bike right now, it's a dream. It's the best fun bike that I've ever had. What about you guys? What did you do with your bikes in 2022? Did you get a new bike? Let me know in the comments below. We all love a good set of wheels, and we do use both aluminum and carbon, but we tend to stick with carbon for racing. And it was early in the year when I looked for a 30mm ID set of wheels, and that's when I discovered Elite Wheels, and I went for their pre-built set of wheels. This is the Pro 36 30mm ID. Well, after using these wheels for a couple of weeks, I ended up selling the wheel set that I built for myself. That's how impressed I was by this budget otherwise wheel set from Elite Wheels. I'll make sure to put the links in the description. I think I still have a discount if you guys are interested in something like this. But the other thing that we also tried was more premium wheels for our bikes, specifically for my son's hardtail. The wheel set that I built this year around the Belgian Erase hubs and the amazing NOBL TR32 rams. That wheel set would be amazing just by using regular spokes, but I took it to the next level and I worked with this, which is the Polylite Bird spokes. Man, oh man, I am telling you, my son absolutely loves the way they ride. I should probably do a follow-up review or long-term review of those wheels. They're amazing, amazing, especially on a hardtail. It will make a huge difference in the ride quality. So what we learned this year is that premium wheels really do make a difference. I mean, if you're looking at this Duke wheel set, that comes up at 1,060 grams. If you look at the ride quality of wheel sets with bird spokes, they are amazing. So what about you guys? Did you get new wheels this year? Did you learn anything new about your wheel set? Let us know in the comments below, because next I'm going to be talking about tires. In the past, you guys saw me talking about Maxxis and Schwalbe tires quite a bit, but in 2022 I discovered 2 new tires that are worth mentioning and something else. That something else is this tire inserts, cross-country specific. These are made in Italy, and apparently Nino used them at some point. And I needed that insert because this year, for the new very expensive wheels, we went for new tires as well. You're looking at the Pirelli Scorpion XCRC, and these are true to the specs. So we ended up with 700-gram cross-country tire up front and about the same weight in the rear with an insert installed, which is quite amazing. So we plan to use the same in 2023. What about you guys? What are you gonna be using in 2023 for racing? And with price of tires going through the roof, this year we looked for an alternative. And if you don't mind the wait, the Delium tires that I reviewed not too long ago are absolutely amazing, and you have probably seen them in some of the videos that I posted, including the Habanero run at Saint-Hyacinthe-du-Moulin. Do you use tire inserts, and if so, for what kind of scenario? I would love to hear. So we talked about bikes, then wheels and tires, but what about stoppers? Well, we tried something new in 2022. We've been using Shimano brakes for the longest time, from something like a Dior all the way up to XTR, and I do have reviews even for the MT200, 400 on my channel, but this year I kind of got fed up with the Shimano 4-piston brakes, definitely with a couple of calipers that didn't really play nicely with me. And after doing my research, I ended up with these Formula Cura brakes from Italy. They come in both 2 and 4 piston variants, but the ones that were very interesting to me were the 2-piston variant. 4-piston is double the trouble, more to worry about, sticky pistons, you know the drill. The Cura 2-piston brakes are more powerful than Shimano, they provide more modulation, they use mineral oil, and they were actually used by my fellow Canadian Finn Isles in 2017 when he won the World Cup Championship, downhill championship that is, with these brakes, the 2-piston straight out of the box. So if they were good enough for Finn Isles, I thought they would be good enough for me. I love them. They have the weight of the XTR. They're very good brakes. I highly recommend you guys to take a look at these if you're looking for a Shimano alternative. And that brings me to the last little category, drivetrains. And I'm sorry to disappoint you all folks, but I do not have my hands on the SRAM Eagle SL, the new direct mount derailleur that you saw at the last few UCI races. I really don't. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Today I wanted to talk about this. And yes, you're looking at the Shimano XTR 12-speed chain. And I'm not talking about chains, but I'm talking about chain loops. And this is the one thing that I'm the most excited about from 2022. Like everybody else, I tried them all, from dry loops to wet loops to mixed loops to one on top of the other. And all I got was a lot of work, a lot of frustration, a lot of money spent on different oils and worn out chains. Okay, and a lot of beers, but I'm thankful for that. And even though I researched hot melt wax in the past, I thought it was too geeky, and it took one of you guys, my followers, thank you Glenn again, for pushing me to research this or to do a review on it. And here it is, Silka Secret Hot Wax, and also they have the little drip bottle. Just go on the Zero Friction website and take a look at some of their tests and you will be amazed. This kind of chain loop treatment is years ahead of everybody else. I like this stuff so much that, yeah, I pretty much moved all my mountain bikes to Silka Secret Hot Melt Wax. Silka, just in case you're watching, I'm really interested in your new Wax X. So what did you use for your chains? What kind of beer do you like when you're working on your bikes? Let me know in the comments below. So that is my super secret top 5 for 2022. What is yours? Did you guys buy anything new? Did you learn anything that you want to share with us? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for being with me for another year. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and until next time, hope to see you guys on the trails. Cheers guys, cheers.